Hey, that was the best one, dude. Yeah, that was really good.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Skate Park Lessons with me, JB, here at the Sunnyvale Skate Park. And after 20 years of teaching skateboarding, today I'm gonna teach you guys how to do some intro tricks over hips. So check it out. The skill level for these tricks is intermediate, and the risk level for these tricks is medium. Here are the things you guys should do. Wear high quality pads and a helmet for extra protection and confidence. Find a good hip with coping, ideally around the 4-foot height range that's 90 degrees or wider. Start by floating over the hip under the coping and work your way up incrementally as you get better. Here's how to bail. As you pump up off of the hip and pull your knees up into your chest, use your front foot to kick your skateboard back and behind you. You can land on your feet and run it out or bend down into a knee slide. The best video to help you guys is gonna be flyouts. So click this box to catch up.
Hey, what's up, Christian?
What's up, Josh?
Welcome back, dude.
Thanks.
Back here at Sunnyvale Skate Park, and today we're gonna be learning how to skate some hips and do tricks over hips. You down?
Super down.
Hey. All right, so first things first, we're gonna start with just floating over the hip, and we're gonna do this front side, nice and light-footed, focusing on your line and staying kind of low, but high enough to where you can break traction off of the concrete. Visualize your trajectory to make that kind of rainbow arch up and over the hip. As you start to go over the middle of the hip, your wheels will come off. Keep those knees pulled up, level yourself out over your board, and then tuck into your pump into your landing. We'll continue to do this and work our way up over the coping. So again, we're just starting super light and small, and we're working on pumping up to break traction. In order to get those wheels to come off of the ramp, you need to continue to pump up past the point of where the ramp stops going up. Imagine that you're pumping up higher than what you absolutely need to. And as long as you do that, it's gonna keep your weight off of your wheels, which will allow your board to wanna float off of the ramp.
So you're like pumping an imaginary quarter pipe.
So you're elongating your pump time up until you start to float off, and then you get your head centered over your board, and then once start extending your legs down to touch your wheels down, and then bend down into your pump. Try it one more time, give it a little more speed and exaggerate that pump up. Yep. All right.
Faster?
Yeah, try to add to it a little bit more, a little faster. So looking at this hip here, we'll start almost about halfway, and then you want to incrementally increase, working your way up the hip. And every couple inches you do this, you want to pump a little bit more speed into your launch.
Hit the coping there, I think.
Yeah, you bonked the coping. Your toe wheel hit the coping.
Is that okay? Like just doing it like that?
Yeah. Go ahead, try one more of those. Exaggerate that pump up a little bit more. Even if you land low, just bend down into your landing. Woo-hoo! The angle of your launch got a little gnarly.
What do you mean?
Try to launch back. So stay in a straight line when you launch your hip. You kind of carved off of the edge. You want to shoot and stay straight. Since you carved, your body kept leaning over your toes when you went to land, and then when you landed, you tried to roll it out, and then your board shot out, right?
Right.
So you want to stay straight trajectory back. The faster you go is the further back you're going to land. Make sense?
On the other side.
Yeah, if you're only floating, when you start to ollie, then you can manipulate and change that different.
So don't carve over like this.
No.
Like come up straight like this.
And stay straight and be launching back. Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
That's better. That feel better?
Yeah, that was more the proper angle.
Not only that, but see, since you aim straight back as you go over the hip, you're landing in more of the ramp.
True.
Right? If you make that carve and you go off the edge of the ramp, you're gonna land super low, right?
Okay.
So start to pick your spot on the coping of where you want to launch.
It's almost that line, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would start with that line. From where you're rolling in, you want to just stay straight. Give it a tiny little bump, kind of like a little manual. Bump your back wheels. It's going to kick your skateboard up into your feet. Suck your knees into your chest and stay straight so that when you land, you'll land over here, tucking into your pump.
I almost feel like I'm not gonna land here. Like I feel like if I go straight, I'm gonna land on the deck.
Nope.
I'm not.
Nope. Go crooked enough to where you land over there. So hold your skateboard there and put it on the ramp. Now if you bonk that right there and look back and line it up with your roll in, So get your line lined up. That was the perfect angle. And then that'll put you right over. And as you get more comfortable with this, you will land by the coping. I'll float it and smack my tail on the way in on the coping. The higher you can land in the transition is the more speed you'll get back out. Plus it'll make a little bit softer landing.
Right.
That was a good one. Yeah, that was really good. Try it again.
Yeah, the angle is better. I didn't think about straight. Also, when I'm approaching it, like I'm looking at the seam when I'm going up to it. And then once I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hit the seam, then I'm looking at the ramp on the other side. Right? Like before I even bonk it. So I'm staring at where I'm gonna land before I'm even in the air.
Yeah, I just kind of given an assessment and I'm like, okay, this is where I want to land. And then I evaluate my speed and then I evaluate where's my pump and if the coping's sticking out enough to really get a nice bonk to kick my board up and into my feet.
Okay.
So again, the further you launch or the higher you launch, the longer you have to keep those knees pulled up. And you want to find that timing of how slow or how fast you pull those knees up and how long you're going to keep them held up, right? Yeah. Because you need to hit the top of the apex of your arch and then start coming down, extending your legs down into your pump. Woo! Hey, that was the best one, dude. Yeah, that was really good. Dude, you're doing this fantastic.
Thanks.
Yeah, you really are. You're doing these awesome. And I want you to continue to practice these, your front side launch over the hip, just bonking it. And focus on your trajectory. Focus on the rainbow arch of your launch. You need to decide whether you want to go high, and if you want to go high, your speed's going to carry you up. If you want to go far, your speed has to carry you out. And it helps to find a happy medium in between those two so that your board wants to stay with your body and float with your body. Because the higher you go, the more your board wants to come straight back down as it floats away from your feet easier. Okay. And it's more hang time and it's typically harder. If you like this video, please help me by sharing it with your friends. Consider sending a donation to help me fund more of these videos. Donation details and all other information, including companies that help support the channel, are in the description box below. Thanks again for watching, and see you back here for another edition of Skate Park Lessons.